Hello everyone, my name is Nicholas from Gorka Games team and welcome to part 4 of creating skill tree system. In the previous part we have started with unlocking skills logic, and in this part we are going to finish that unlocking skills logic. Don't worry, I'm going to explain everything so you can fully understand how we are going to do that. Yeah, the first thing that we are going to do is to, like I said, we are going to finish the unlocking skills logic. And the one thing that we need to add to our skill tree system, we need to add the skill points that our character is going to have. So let's go to our skill tree system character dot header, and we need to declare a variable that will be basically an integer 16, so not with caps, but we need to type integer or int 16, and now I'm just going to name it skill points. If you want, you can give it some other name, but I think that skill points makes most sense. And now we need to give it a specifiers, because we want to be editable inside our Unreal editor when we want to change a number of the skill points that our character have. So the first specifier will be edit anywhere, and the second one will be category, in order to find it easier, in the easier way. And I'm just going to put it inside the skill points category. Okay, so now we need to basically implement a logic where the skill points of our character is going to get depleted whenever we unlock specified skill, and of course if we have enough skill points to unlock that skill. So for example, if we have 20 skill points and we want to just unlock the first skill that has that cost 1 skill points, we are going to unlock it, and now after that we are going to have 19 skill points. So yeah, that is the thing that we are going to do right now. We actually need to basically access that skill points variable that is inside our character class from our skill class. Okay, so how we are going to do that? We are going to basically do a cast, and I assume that you already know what is a cast. So first we need to declare a variable inside our skill class that is going to basically carry the reference of our skill tree system character. And by the way, this class right here can be named differently. It basically depends on the name of your project. So you see that my project is named skill tree system, and my character is named also skill tree system, and then as this fourth word is a character. So if your project is named differently, basically these words will be different, and also you will have the character on the end. So now no more talking. I hope that you understand what I meant. And now we need to type a skill tree system character, and like I said, this class right here can be named differently. So I'm going to name it just character reference. Okay, and you will see this red line right here, so that is a sign that we need to import that class. So just by typing class and then this a skill tree system character. Okay, and now we basically, or actually I want to explain the one thing that I have did. So you see that I have actually here type class u button, and that I have import the class this way, and that I have for this a skill tree system character, for this character reference, that I have imported this class right here in this way. So why is that? I have did this because we are importing the class in this way whenever we want to use this class in multiple times, and in this way you are importing class whenever you are going to use the class just one time. Okay, so just once actually. I think that we are not going to actually use this class anymore, so we are going to need it just for the character reference, and yeah, that's it. So now we need to initialize this pointer, so that is something that we must do. let's get this character reference, and inside the native construct we need to basically type character reference equals cast, and then this less and greater sign. In between them we need the class that we are casting to, so that will be this a skill tree system character, and on the end we just need a reference to our a skill tree system character. How we are going to get the reference to our character? We are going to, from the library Kismet, we are going to use a function that is called getPlayerCharacter, and from the player index we are going to get a reference. So yeah, basically that's it. How we are going to do that? We need to type #include, and then from the Kismet folder we are going to use a library that is called the gameplay statics, and actually not from the Kismet but from the gameplay statics we are going to use the function that is called getPlayerCharacter. So here we need to type gameplay statics, gameplay statics actually, gameplay statics, and we need to get a function that is called getPlayerCharacter. We need to pass in two parameters. So the first one is world context, and basically that's a world where our character is. We are doing that by typing get world, and like I said, from the player index we are getting the player character, and that is our reference to our character. So the player index is 0. Now we have basically casted to our character class, and you will see that now I will be able to actually access to my skill points variable, but that is not the case at the moment because we are getting this red line right here. Why is that? That is because we need to also #include our character class, so skill tree system character.header, and you will see that actually the red line will disappear. Okay, so what I have did. So now from the pointer we are going to get the skill points variable, but we are not actually getting as a suggestions our skill points variable. So member is inaccessible, so that means that our skill points variable needs to be below the public and not protected. So above that variable we are just going to type public, and now finally you will see that now our skill points variable is accessible. So yeah, that's a cool thing. The one thing that I'm also going to do is check if our cast has succeeded. So basically we can do something like this. If our cast has succeeded, our button will be binded with this on button clicked function, but also we can use something that is called the guard clause. So basically we are checking if the character reference is not valid, so if the cast has failed, and if it's failed, we are just going to return this function, and yeah, that's it. Our button is not going to basically be binded with this on button clicked function, because if our character reference is not valid, or if our cast has succeeded, we are going to basically get some behavior that we do not want. So we are using the skill points that is from this character reference, and if we are not actually getting that character reference, we are not getting the skill points, and so you assume I assume that you know what I mean. So yeah, we're just here using the guard clause instead of the default if check. So now the next thing that we need to do, we actually need from the character reference. We need to get the skill points, and we need to subtract the cost of the skill that we are unlocking with these skill points. So we are going to actually type minus equal cost. So this is the cost from this class right here. So this minus equals is same like typing this, but with shorter syntax. So character reference, so skill points equals skill points minus cost. Okay, so that's minus cost, but yeah, I'm going to use the shorter syntax, so minus equal cost. So now actually you will see that our skill points are going to be depleted whenever we unlock a skill. Okay, so now we are going to basically print a string where we are going to show how many skill points we have, because I want to test it out and show you what we have did with those skill points. So we need to pass in parameters that are like key and time to display. The next one is color, so that will be, let's do the blue. Okay, so every time when I want to print string, I'm using red, and now I'm going to use a blue. So the next one, in order to show the value of our skill points, we need to, from the f string, we need to get a function that is called printf, and we just need to pass in the text. So in the text we need to basically pass in this %d, so that is an integer, and we need to use this %d, and that %d value is going to be filled with or actually that %d is going to be this value right here, so skill points from our character reference. Now we can finally compile our code and launch our Unreal Engine, because like I said, I want to show you what we have did with our skill points. Okay guys, so I want to stop before launching my Unreal Engine, because I have already launched my Unreal Engine and saw a weird thing. So I didn't find my skill points variable inside the skill points category. So what I have did, I have just changed it to some other category, and after that I have again set it to be inside the skill points category, and it has showed inside that skill points category. So if you notice this weird behavior, so just change the category, then launch your Unreal Engine or compile your code, and then again after that just change it to be the skill points or whatever you want to be. So yeah, let's now launch the Unreal Engine and let's see. So now here we are inside our Unreal Engine. Let's open our third-person character blueprint, and let's just open the full blueprint editor. Let's search for skill points category. Okay, so there it is. Now here for the skill points, so let's set it to, for example, 20. Let's compile our blueprint and let's save it. Now if I begin the simulation, you will see that whenever I unlock a skill, the basically cost of that skill that is unlocked is going to be subtracted from the skill points that our character has. We have unlocked the skill with that cost 1 skill point, and now we have 19. This skill point cost 2, so now we have 17, and yeah, you will see that now every time our skill points are going to be decreased by the cost of that unlocked skill. But if you have noticed something weird, you saw that our skill points are going below the 0, so that is something that we do not want. Now we have -1 skill point. So let's just close our Unreal Engine. And here in the on button clicked function, we need to check if our skill points are greater or equals to the cost of that skill that we want to unlock. So let's get these skill points from the character reference, and let's check if we have enough skill points to unlock that skill. Okay, so specified skill. Now we are basically checking if our skill points are greater or equals to the cost, and if it is, we are just going to trigger the code block. Okay, and if it's not, we are just going to print a simple string. So I'm just going to copy this because I don't want to type again everything. I'm just going to delete this, and for the text I'm going to basically print something like not enough skill points. So this will show us that we don't have skill points to unlock that skill. Okay, so now let's basically test it out again. Okay, so now if I open my skill tree, you will see that now I'm able to unlock skills. And now I have 0 skill points, and if I try to unlock this last skill that is costing 1 skill point, you will see that the print string will appear, and it is basically saying that we don't have enough skill points to unlock this skill. So yeah, that's a great thing. So we have fixed that, but there's some other things that we also need to do in order to finish this unlocking skills logic. And the next thing that we need to do is basically or actually let me show you. You will see now that on the start I can unlock this skill in the center, and that is something that we don't want. So we basically need to unlock first this skill, and then this skill, and then this skill. So these 2 skills are previous skills. So also maybe for example, we can do that from this side too, or this side too, and then throughout these 4 unlock this. And yeah, that is something that we need to do. We need to fix that weird behavior that we have. And how we are going to do that? We are going to do that by using the previous skills. So we are going to declare a variable where we are going inside the Unreal editor to set the previous skills of that skill that we want to unlock, and basically whenever we are unlocking that skill, we are going to check if the previous skills are if one of the previous skills is unlocked or not, because if one of the previous skills is not unlocked, yeah, for sure we are not going to be able to unlock that skill. So in some situations, some skill points have more than 1 previous skills. Okay, so some has 2, some has 3, some has 1, and that is the reason why we need to basically declare an array. So in array we are going to specify all the previous skills of that skill that we are going that we need, or actually that we want to unlock. And you may be asking how we are going to set the previous skills. So we are just going to declare a variable that will have the same specifiers. Okay, so how we set the cost value inside the editor, we are going to do the same thing for the previous skills array. Okay, so for each skill, now we are going to put it inside the previous skills category, and we need to declare array by typing t array, and then inside inside less and greater sign we need to type u skill, and then this pointer. So I'm going to name it something like previous skills. I think that that makes most sense, and basically let's now compile our engine, because and also launch our Unreal Engine, because I want to show you what we have did, and also let's set up those previous skills for each skill that we want to unlock. Okay, so here we are, and sorry guys if my audio was a little bit bad the last few minutes. My microphone was a bit far from me, so sorry about that guys. Now let's do the thing that we need to do. So let's open our content drawer, let's go to the blueprints folder, and let's basically open our blueprint widget underscore skill tree. So now if I click on one of my skills, you will see that actually if I also search for previous skills, you will see actually that we have this empty array where we can just add the instances or basically other skills to this skill underscore one. So for example, I can basically choose this skill underscore 2. And I'm going to again explain how we are going to implement the unlocking skills and basically how to implement the pet for unlocking skills. So like I said, we do not want to be able on the start to unlock this skill in the center. We need to basically unlock the previous skill. And for example, this skill right here, this skill is going to have two previous skills. So basically the first one will be this skill right here. Why is that? Because we need to actually unlock first this skill in order to unlock this one. And you may be asking why we have two previous skills for this one. That is because this is also the previous skill, and again you may be asking why is that, because now you're thinking this previous skill and how is this also the previous skill. So basically if we want to unlock this skill from this pet right here, so throughout this and throughout this and again unlocking this, actually this is going to be the previous skill, and this skill, if it's unlocked, will be basically will tell us if we can just unlock this skill or not. So yeah, I hope that you get the point what I'm talking about, but if you don't, please guys, feel free to reach to us throughout the comments, or basically join our Discord server where we can give you a better explanation. So yeah, let's do for each skill here. And also I want to mention another thing, and that is that these starter skills are not going to have any previous skills, because those starter skills will basically tell us, okay, so this is a starter skill, and I can be basically unlocked on the start of a game. So we can unlock this, and this. So those four, okay, but the other ones are going to have the previous skills that needs to be unlocked in order to unlock them. Okay, so let's start. For this one, this is going to be skill underscore 11. So that skill is going to have three previous skills, so that is this one, and this one. It's really depends on the pet that okay, so why I can't actually click on that? Okay, so never mind. That's actually depend on the pet that we are choosing in order to unlock that skill. So yeah, let's add three elements. So this one is 1, this one is 5, and I actually can select. Why is that? Okay, so that is actually skill 2. So skill 2, skill 5, and skill 1. Okay, so not this one. Okay, so skill 2, skill 5, and skill 1. So let me check again if that's all right. Okay, so this one, and also 2. Okay, so skill underscore 2. Yeah, that's actually pretty all right. This skill will have two previous skills. So for this skill, it is going to be previous skill is going to be this one and also this one. So 11 and 6, 6 and 11. Okay, so let's do the same thing for this one. It is going to have so this skill is skill underscore 6, and it is going for the previous elements. It is going to have two elements, and it is going to be skill underscore 9 and skill underscore 5. So 9 and 5. Okay, let's do that right now. 9 and 5. Okay. And like I said, this one is not going to have any previous skill, so like I said, this is a starter skill. Let's click on this one and add two previous skills, because we are choosing if we want to unlock this skill from this pet right here or from this side right here actually. So this one is skill underscore 3, and this is skill underscore 11. Okay, so 11 and 3. Okay, so let's do the same thing for this one, like we have did for this one. This skill is also going to have three previous skills, so that will be this one, and this one. So that will be 2, 4, 7, 2, 4, and 7. Okay, so 2, 4 and 7. Okay, so this one is a starter skill, so we are not going to do anything with that. Let's do the next thing. The next skill is this one, so let's do the same process for this one. Okay, so this is skill underscore 3, and this is skill underscore 8, so 3 and 8. Okay, let's do for this one, and basically the previous skills will be skill underscore 7 and skill underscore 10. Okay, so I think that by doing this for this skill, that we have finished actually this work for all of our skills. So now let's compile, and yeah, actually all of our skills now have the previous skills, except for this one as a starter skills, and now we can basically check if one, for example, if we want to unlock this, we can check if one of these is unlocked, and if it is, actually we are going to be able to unlock this one. Okay, so let's compile and save, and close your Unreal Engine. So the first thing that we are going to do will be in this on button clicked function. So we are actually going to delete this, all of this that is inside this if check, if this boolean skill unlocked is not true. Okay, so what I have did. And inside we need to do another check, and that is to check if the previous skills array, so the length of the previous skills, is equal to 0. So what we have did here, we are basically checking if the skill that we are clicking on, if it's starter skill or not. So yeah, the starter skills are not having any previous skills, and now we are checking if the length of the previous skills of the skill that we want to unlock is double equals to 0, and if it is, we are just going to initialize our B skill unlocked to be true. We are going to call the unlock, or actually, yeah, unlock skill function, and we are going to call the unlock ability function. Okay, so I think that that's it for this code block, but now we need to fulfill the else check, because if the length of the previous skill is not 0, so basically that will be the other skills basically that have 2 or 3 previous skills. Now we are doing check for them. If the length of the previous skills is not 0, we need to do the for each loop, and we just need to type u skill, and we are just going to name it element. We are doing the for each loop throughout the previous skills array, where we are getting each element of that previous skills array, and inside that we are checking if from that element, so from the one of those previous skills, if the element that element has B skill unlocked double equals to true. So if the boolean skill unlocked of that element is true, or actually we can use just a truthy value by leaving like this. If it's true, we are just going to basically initialize skill unlocked, boolean skill unlocked to be true, and we're just going to call this unlock skill function. Okay, so unlock skill function, and you may be asking now why we are not calling unlock ability function. Actually, we need to call it, but when we are going to call it, when for each loop ends, or basically if we call it inside this code block or this code block, it is going to be called multiple times because of this for each loop. Okay, basically now let me explain again what we have did here. First check that we are doing, we are checking if we have enough skill points to unlock that specified skill. The next thing that we are checking if that skill is already unlocked or not. Okay, the next thing that we are doing the if check, where we are checking if the previous skills array from the skill that we want to unlock, if the length of the previous skills array is 0. So if it is, that means that this is a starter skill, and if it is, we're just going to unlock that skill, call those two functions that we're using to unlock skill and unlock ability, and if the length of the previous skills array is not 0, we are going to call this else check, where we are basically doing that for other skills that have multiple previous skills. Okay. So we are doing the for each loop, where we want to basically loop throughout those previous skills. And now from those previous skills, we are checking if one of those is unlocked or not, or basically bot. So we are checking if the elements from that previous skills array, if one of those has this boolean skill unlocked true, if one of those elements is actually unlocked, with I just said that with simple words, and if it is, actually we are going to initialize our skill unlocked to be true, and also we are calling this unlock skill, and when this for loop ends, we are just calling this unlock ability function. Okay, so yeah, I hope that you have understand what we have did actually, and sorry if something that I have explained is still not clear to you, because I'm guys really not much into this explaining things, and yeah, I'm still a beginner with recording tutorials, so sorry about that, guys. I promise that the tutorials in the future will be much better. Okay, and now let's basically compile our code and launch our Unreal Engine, because now the final thing that we need to do for this part is to check if our logic is working appropriate or not. Okay, so here we are. Now let's test it out. Now if I try to click on this skill, you will see actually that I'm not able to unlock this skill in the center, but the print string is actually showing that and it is showing that this skill is actually an extra stamina. So that is something that we don't want, because our unlockability function is triggering, but we are still not unlocking a skill. So yeah, that's something that we need to fix, but we are going to fix that in the next part, because I have gave you enough informations for this part, and now you need to process them, so learn from them, and don't worry, we are going to fix that in the next part. So now if I try to unlock this one, you will see actually that I'm going to be able to unlock that skill. If I click on this one, I'm going to actually be able to unlock that skill, and if I click on this one, you will see that actually I'm not going to be able to unlock that skill. Why is that? Because none of the previous skills of that skill that we want to unlock are not unlocked. So yeah, if I unlock this one, you will see that now I'm going to be able to unlock this one. So yeah, we have actually did a really cool thing. Now I have run out of skill points, and I'm not going to be able to unlock this one. So yeah, we have did a great job actually for this part. So that will be it. Like I said, we are long enough into this part, and I just wanted to say that I'm very proud of you guys that you have came this far. So yeah, that will be it, guys. In the next part, we are going to fix that bug that I have showed you about printing string, about triggering the logic behind unlockability function. Also, we are going to implement or create an icons for our skill tree system in order to know what is skill, for example, this skill is, which is his skill type. Okay, so we are going to add some icons, and also we are going to add a text where it is going to show us how many skill points our character he has left. So yeah, maybe there will be some additional things, but for now that will be it. So yeah, okay, so don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and see you in the next part.